Was Janet Jackson.
Yeah.
Janet Jackson has written a book, and now she's out doing all these interviews. But in the interview, she doesn't really say anything.
She is the biggest bore. That whole Jackson family is so fucking interesting, but they're the biggest bores to interview.
Won't say anything.
The only one who was ever good at being interviewed was LaToya. I used to have her on years ago. And she was fantastic because she had no governor on her.
She was a loose cannon.
She was a loose cannon, talking about seeing little boys in Michael's bedroom and all this kind of shit. Well, they got a hold of her.
She's back in the fold.
Oh, when she ran out of dough, they brought her in the house and like a Scientologist, they wrapped her up in that house and they shut her down.
They re-brainwashed her.
They locked her up. One of my best guests, that LaToya Jackson.
Now you can't get a hold of her.
She was fantastic.
But I saw her on Piers Morgan, and everybody makes a big deal about the interviews.
Right.
Oh, my goodness, Janet Jackson, and she's talking, and blah, 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 blah. And then you sit down and you try to listen to these interviews. Oh, my God. She starts off a sentence and never finishes it, and then just stops talking.
She's nuts.
Right, on Channel 7. LaToya Jackson, of course, is waging a one-woman campaign to point out the discrepancies and the falsehoods perpetrated by this movie.
Yes, a lot of people are concerned about the accuracy.
Well, she says that, you know, she was sexually abused by her father. Now, the female characters in the movie are given very little attention.
Yeah, well.
Janet Jackson isn't even a child in the movie.
No, she was born an adult.
No, she's just not in it. They didn't have her. Mm-hmm. She's not in the family.
Yeah.
And Rebe.
Rebe? She was named after a sneaker.
Yeah, she's there just, you know, sort of mistreated and ignored by her father. But Janet says that Rebe was sexually abused by her father, too.
Well, how much of this stuff can you show on TV?
Oh, I thought it would make a pretty good movie.
Yeah, it would have been great. But, you know.
She also says that her father used to play Russian roulette with the boys.
Is that right?
Yeah, he'd take
with
a gun and put it up to their heads, and there'd be a bullet in one of the chambers. And
my dad used to do that with me, too, so I can relate to that.
And she said his sexual abuse was not confined to just members of the immediate family, that other family members were also involved, so who knows? But, you know, as I said before, Joe Jackson doesn't come off as any kind of hero.
Right.
By any stretch of the imagination in this movie, because all they show him doing is getting out straps and switches to beat his sons if they don't dance well.
Did they have a scene with the sore dog? Didn't they have a sore dog, Robin?
A sore dog?
A dog that was very sore?
Stop it. I don't even want to talk to you anymore.
And they didn't want to show that?
No.
LaToya said the dog was sore. But they left that out?
Sick you are.
I see.
At 10 o'clock tonight on 48 Hours, the growing number of Americans who are declaring war on pornography.
Yes, good.
Yesterday,
LaToya has promised us that she will call us out of all the media first when she's ready to make a statement.
Really?
Yes, absolutely. She feels a sense of loyalty to us because we've always been there for her.
Well, that's interesting. Jack claims that LaToya had a knife and tried to attack him.
What's going on in that apartment?
And that's the only reason he hit her. She came at him with a knife at 12:45 in the morning, according to Jack.
Gentle Jack did that?
No, LaToya came at him at 12:45 in the morning with a knife, and then, of course, he's decided to beat her with the dining room chair.
Funny thing, did you see Jack on the news? He was wearing a big cowboy hat.
Oh, no,
yeah.
Stop it.
What would happen? Did he finally start demanding sex?
Oh, it just seems if you listen to his story, he says his attack on LaToya was self-defense.
Really?
And here's his lawyer, Gerald Lefcourt.
Jerry Lefcourt?
Or is it George? Yeah, Jerry
Lefcourt. Check it in with you.
LaToya Jackson told the district attorney that she had a knife, and that's what the statement was.
Did she come at him with a knife?
I have no comment on the facts. It was the district attorney's statement that she admitted she had a knife. I anticipate that the charges will eventually be dropped.
Yeah, he claims that LaToya does not want to press charges.
Yeah, Jack was just redecorating. That's what he was doing with the chair.
Oh, goodness. Somebody, I think it was Flo Anthony, who was up here with them the last time, was on one of the tabloid shows yesterday, and she said the chairs in their apartment, the dining room chairs, are brass.
Mm-hmm.
So he was beating her with a brass chair, and she saw her. She had, you know, a very badly bruised lip and, you know, some other signs of a struggle.
My dad beats my mom with a brass chair. So I know what that's like. I've seen it firsthand.
It says he also kicked her. Who knows what was going on there? They apparently had been very upbeat earlier in the day when other people had talked to them. So nobody knows what happened to cause this fracas. But apparently the Jackson family is now all rallying around. Flo said that she had heard from two different people, or at two different times. Michael Jackson was trying to get in touch with his sister and had offered to fly her anywhere in the world she wanted to go alone.
Right.
So that he could meet her and talk to her. A couple of the other Jackson brothers are supposed to be rushing to her side, and her family says that she can return at any time.
Is that Maynard is flying out there?
No, I think it was Jermaine and Jackie or something. But strange things going on at the LaToya Jackson house. They did show all kinds of...
They are an unusual couple.
Of Jack trying to kiss her and her pushing away from him, recoiling at his touch.
Wait a second. They showed pictures of that? Where was this?
It was some press conference they had done a while back, so probably around the time that they had first gotten married.
Yeah.
And, she was standing there with him next to him. She had her arm around him, but every time he went to try to kiss her, she would move away.
Yeah, well, Jack. I didn't see you running to kiss Jack either.
Dear. Terrible, terrible.
I don't marry her.
Right. But how can you marry her?
But you cannot marry someone until you are divorced. I mean, you will go to jail for bigamy.
Well, do you think his ex-wife's really going to sue him? She's that jealous?
Well, I'm telling you guys what's going on,
Tell me what's going on.
The only reason why she's marrying me, not only that, her sister said it, LaToya, LaToya Jackson, out to dinner with her a couple times.
All right, LaToya Jackson went to dinner.
Wait, you have to explain, John should explain that LaToya Jackson's husband, Jack, who once beat LaToya, is John's manager now.
Right. Oh, I see. And so LaToya and your soon-to-be wife went to dinner?
No, she wasn't there.
It was John Wayne and LaToya.
Oh, okay, all right. So John Wayne and LaToya went to dinner. Yeah, what happened? What'd she say?
She said she overheard the conversation on the phone. It's just that, she's just going to marry me and then, go back to her ex-husband and just using me. So, actually, she basically, is trying to get around Jack to get to me, to talk to me in private, and Jack wouldn't let her, see? And LaToya was basically crying. She was in tears, saying, this girl just she just wants to hurt you.
Let me ask you something.
She doesn't want to be with you. Huh?
So what is the problem here? I mean, are you going to...
I don't even know. Who was crying and getting around Jack?
I don't know.
LaToya?
Is LaToya crying?
Yeah,
LaToya
was trying to get to me and tell me this information about what she overheard on the phone.
I see.
The conversation she overheard on the phone. She was on the other line when
Where did you and LaToya have dinner? I'm just curious. Where did you guys go to dinner?
Oh, it was some Chinese restaurant in Las Vegas. I don't know.
I'm sure that attracted a crowd. John Wayne Bobbitt and LaToya out for dinner.
No, she was doing a video shoot, and we just popped in there. Oh.
So let me ask you, would you actually still consider going through with the wedding on Friday?
No.
You mean the wedding
not going on. He's telling you the wedding's off.
Are you here to announce that the wedding is off?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I really didn't see what was happening until later.
Well, thank goodness you saw it before Friday.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it the day you guys were in here, but I didn't want to say anything.
She's just a dangerous, reckless young girl.
Oh. And we extracted a
piece of information.
Yeah, we extracted a piece of information from LaToya that Jack still beats her, This is what LaToya claims, and Jack denied it, and it was a whole big thing. So LaToya's in the middle of promoting her Playboy video. So she goes on live at 5. And I even taped it, but I don't have the tape. God knows where it went. I don't know where it went. I looked for it all yesterday. It was my fault. I don't know where I put it. But anyway, LaToya Jackson goes on live at 5. And, even Dan calls me and goes, well, you did my pre-interview for me. So Sue Simmons starts saying to him, she doesn't say on the Howard Stern show you mentioned today, they never credit us. She just goes, is it true that you and Jack are having some problems and that you are beating several times? And LaToya goes, oh, please, we went through this on the Howard Stern show. The only way I get any credit is from LaToya.
Gives you credit.
So yesterday she goes on Geraldo. Geraldo does a whole show he just does my show. He drags out Jack.
Believe me, when I saw the Geraldo show, I said, Jack is a brilliant man.
Yeah.
Because he knows to do this show first.
Right.
And it shows everybody what to do.
Yeah.
And then he can just go do all these other shows.
Yeah. So LaToya and Jack are on. And the only thing that pisses me off about Geraldo, he doesn't credit me. What is it?
Do you know who produced that show?
Yeah, Kevin McMahon. Of course. Kevin's my old TV producer. He listens to this show, and he tells Geraldo what to ask. So it was like verbatim everything that they got off the show. You know, at least when you read it in the newspaper, Geraldo would give credit to the newspaper.
Yeah. But he sits there and he knows when she tries to be evasive, he knows exactly what he wants her to say, so he keeps hammering until he gets her to say it.
Yeah, because he heard it on this show.
That's right.
Sue was actually even weirder about it. She said,
how come you go on the radio and tell people
on
things?
the radio this morning I heard, instead of saying on the Howard Stern show, I mean, what's the difference?
Yeah, like the radio just spouts.
And then she got all bummed out. She goes, now, LaToya, you're going to talk to Howard Stern and you're not going to tell your good friend Sue these things?
Yeah, but you got to interview someone. You just could you repeat everything you said on the Howard Stern show?
Exactly.
That's what Sue wanted.
Play this interview that we did in the morning and let LaToya sit there and listen to it with him.
Yeah.
Well, LaToya said, she goes, Howard's different. Howard's very good at getting things out of you.
Yeah, I mean, we have a discussion with
her.
Yeah, you don't just wham, bam, thank you, man. What they do is they go in and rape her.
And Geraldo was absolute rape.
Yeah.
Absolute rape.
Right.
We have called your mother on the phone.
Yeah, forget it. I just wanted to make the point that a lot of stuff that you see on TV comes from this show, but they won't give us any credit for it because it makes them sick that they're not good journalists. They're not. They're not interested in people. Anyway, I got to take a break, and that's enough of us tooting our own horn. Tooting our own horn.
Well, we have to.
Nobody else credits us with anything.
But they all did it. I mean, if she does another interview, it'll just be a rehash of what they learned about her here.
Well, LaToya said that when she was here. She says, oh, Howard, you pulled so much out of me. What's going to happen when I go on these other shows? They're all going to just harp on all this. I said, oh, yeah. I said, because none of them know. Because Geraldo would have had her on. And
even with the information, they can't get her to say the stuff.
Right. Right.
It's hysterical how bad they are.
Yeah. Hey, anyway, I got to take a break, Robin, and then when we come back, I have a lot of things to tell you. Jack Gordon and, of course, LaToya Jackson. Now, even on the phone, Jack keeps a watchful eye. Yeah. Now, LaToya, why is that Jack has to be on the phone when you call?
You ask, I don't know how.
Because I have a terrible crush on you, Howard.
If you wanted to hang up, maybe he will, I don't know. Hi, Robin.
Good morning.
Jack, are you afraid to have LaToya talk to us without you on the phone?
Could I be afraid of that, Howard? How could I be afraid of you?
We're not sure you're afraid of us. It might be LaToya you're afraid of.
Yeah, he's afraid of what I might tell you.
How you doing, Robin?
Like LaToya is sort of like Lucy. Like Ricky Ricardo is always on the phone with her. Is Jack your Tom Arnold in a sense that he insists on being a part of every interview?
God forbid, no.
No?
He tries to be. He tries to control and dominate and do all those things.
Now, somebody came in here yesterday and said to me, the story with LaToya is that she really... In fact, Jack, this was your son.
Yeah.
This was your son. He came in yesterday with John Wayne Bobbitt, and he said, listen, the truth is that LaToya publicly says she wants Jack out of the apartment and she wants Jack, out of her life. But privately, she begs Jack to stay.
Now, let me tell you something about Aaron. Aaron knows nothing about my personal life. As a matter of fact, I don't even know Aaron. I do want Jack out of my life, and he knows that. And I've been asking for a divorce ever since day one.
Jack?
So Aaron has nothing. He doesn't know anything about that. I'm sorry.
And Jack, didn't I tell you that you should move out of the apartment or I'd have to come over there?
Yeah, Howard, I've been waiting for you. I've been waiting for you to come because I've been looking for you to have dinner, lunch. How you been?
I like Jack. It's LaToya. I like Jack.
Fun
I know you do, but I want him out. This man cannot control my life. I'm sorry. I'm not going to let him do that.
Are you going to leave? Do you hear LaToya? Why don't you leave? This is terrible.
It's my house.
Is it LaToya's house?
Yes, it is.
Jack, is it LaToya's house?
I can't comment, Howard. I'm not going to get in the middle of this. I can't.
What do you mean
he's tells me he's going to take everything.
What do you mean in the middle? What do you mean you're not going to get in the middle?
I'm taking everything.
All I want to do is sell Playboy videos.
Anyway, LaToya, so the video, we are excited for you at being number 4. You guys are in England together. Why are you traveling with this man if you don't want to be with him anymore?
No, Howard, why is he traveling with me? I have to be here because I'm working, and I'm leaving here, and I'm going to Spain in about maybe 5 minutes from now.
But wait a minute. He's booking his own airfare and following you around? Is that what you're saying?
He's here with me.
No.
He's making sure, you know what he's doing? He's making sure he collects everything.
Oh,
the money.
That's right. He's making sure he collects everything. He doesn't want it in my hands.
Jack, this is ridiculous.
That's not true.
Jack,
it's totally an unfair statement.
And as far as his son is concerned, Aaron's a nice guy. I like him a lot. He's just like his father. Don't get yourself wrong.
How was that Barbara thing?
You guys call him the innocent Jack Gordon? No, he's just like his dad. However, no, I do want a divorce, and I am getting one. I am getting out. Aaron doesn't know about my personal life, and I have never.
Jack, she's accusing you of stalking in a way. I mean, in a sense.
God forbid. Let me tell you something, okay? This thing is so blown out wrong.
Go ahead.
It's not true.
Now, what is...
Haven't I asked you for a divorce since day one, and I still want one today, and I have never said that
Toya, I'm going to make it... we're going to do the divorce on the Howard Stern show.
When?
You know what? Whenever she wants to. Give him a date.
You know what, Howard? That's just like the moving out, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, how come you said you were going to move out and then you never did?
No, I need a date, Howard. I'm very serious now. We're going to do it on E! Entertainment.
Okay, fine. What, Latoya,
There's no such thing as a
what
divorce.
day... What day... We've never had a divorce on television. This will be a first.
Yeah, this will be a first.
When are you... I'll tell you what. When are you getting back to the United States of America?
On Monday.
On Monday. Latoya?
Yeah?
Why not book a lawyer for Wednesday of next week?
Can't do it that quick, I don't think.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe.
Why? You're want it.
Let him finish.
Are you agreeing to get the divorce? Are you going to contest it?
No.
All right. Latoya, I am telling you, I can get you out of this next week. You are going to be a free woman.
All right. Next Wednesday on the Howard Stern show.
Who do you want to represent you? Latoya, do you want Dominic?
Yeah, I don't mind having Dominic.
Do you want him? If you want him, I'll book him. Jack, are you going to bring a lawyer with you? Or do you don't need one?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I need one.
You need one.
Who are you going to get?
Oh, no, he's already told me he's going to take everything. He says, you want to divorce me, lady? I'm taking everything you got.
How could she... is that true, Jack? Are you going to take everything?
Those are his words.
Do you know how much you've got? Latoya, do you have your own bank account?
Would I lie to you?
Do you have your own bank account?
Yes, I do. But you know what this guy did? He has total control over it.
Of your bank account. How does he have...
Yes, because he goes up there all the time, and they're so familiar with him that, oh, Mr. Gordon, you know, that kind of thing. Like, if he walks in all the time.
On the account?
This is very wrong. No, that's not true.
I know you don't want me to say publicly, but listen, Howard's asking the question, and I'm just answering.
All right, let me answer the question. Anytime this girl wants a divorce, we'll do it on your show. She can pick the date, pick the time. I don't think you do that quick by Wednesday, though. I really don't, because we have things we have to do. But however, Howard, listen carefully.
Yeah.
On your show for first. That's where it will happen at. I would say take 30 days to do it, though.
All right, now listen to me. Latoya is nervous about her finances. Do you hear what she's saying? She's saying that, in other words, you have certain joint accounts.
Everyone would be nervous about finances.
In other words, Latoya, when you receive payment on the Playboy video, for example, do you receive, let's say, 85% of it, and then Jack will take his 15% as your manager, or whatever percentage he takes?
That's the way it's going to be now, Howard, definitely.
Okay, but what has been happening in the past? Is that what you're confused about?
No, that's what I'm upset about. It was that way in the beginning, and all of a sudden things changed.
But first of all, let me say this to you,
Because when he got sick, I just let everything go, and that's all I cared about was his health.
So
I didn't care about anything else.
Why don't you bring in an accountant?
Well, wait. Let me say this to you. I do much more than just manager. I promote her.
Yes.
I book her. I do everything. I handle publicity. There's nothing I don't do.
I'm saying, so what is your percentage?
Much higher than 15%.
It is?
Oh, sure. You couldn't do it for 15% higher.
25%, would you say?
Yeah, 25%.
Okay.
Legally, it's 15%.
All right. So let's say it's 25%, just for the fun of it.
Mm-hmm.
On the documents, it's 15%.
Well, Jack told me it's 105%.
He'll tell you anything.
110%.
He'll tell you anything. He'll tell you anything in the
Latoya,
video.
you're saying the closest you've come to sex with Jack is when Jack picks your pocket.
That's close, Howard. That is close.
That is close. No, now, Jack, you're saying, look, legally you're entitled to 25%. You're saying that Latoya's saying 15%.
No. What I'm saying is that
so where is all this money? Latoya, you have enough money to get away from Jack. Do you feel that Jack has any of your money that you need back?
Oh, no, he has it.
You're saying
all your money?
He's saying he has all your money.
About it.
Why would you say a statement? What a terrible
thing. Because you know that's true, Jay.
How, Latoya, you know that I love you, but don't do this, because that's wrong. That's not a nice thing to do.
Well, you're the one who suggested give Howard a call, and this is what Howard
Because I want to call Howard, because I like Howard.
He likes me. I like Jack.
Yeah.
I like Howard, too.
I like Robin better. Robin.
All right, so listen, Jack, in other words, Latoya is nervous and you're going to walk away with all the money.
Jack wants to manage me now.
You're next, honey.
Let me tell you.
I'll have you in a film so quick your head would be spinning.
No, Jack, you're no match for Robin. Robin will be Jack and Robin will get married. Robin will be naked.
Jack will be on the phone saying, "Howard, get me out of here."
I know. Believe me, the same thing wouldn't happen.
Robin, it's you and me, kid. The rest of the world can go to bed.
No, Robin wouldn't take that.
No, Robin would beat up Jack.
Jack would be in trouble. Jack would be in trouble.
Robin would clean out Jack's bank account.
I'd be in jail for battery. Jack would be in trouble.
All right, listen to me. Here's the point. LaToya, the only reason that you're not rushing to get this divorce is you feel financially that you would be wiped out after this divorce.
Exactly. That's why I'm not rushing, because I want to get all the papers in order.
She's right. She's right.
And I think it's only right, Howard. I can't just walk out of there empty-handed and let this guy
what
take
have you
everything.
done to get that going?
Oh, I have lawyers. I've contacted lawyers.
You know what you guys want? Have you guys ever see the Star Trek episode where Frank Gorshin was eternally battled like with another guy that looked like Frank Gorshin, and the two of them were locking horns through eternity?
Yeah.
These two, no matter how much they're at each other's throat, they're always together. You know what I'm saying? There's a togetherness there. I think LaToya is interested in staying with you as a manager and even continuing to work with you as a manager.
I don't blame you, Howard. I'm great.
Only if he's honest, Howard.
She just wants to get the money that she feels she's owed, and then she wants to be divorced so she can date me.
Thank you. And I want to be divorced. That's it. I just want out. I've been married.
Let us set a date right now for the divorce right here on the radio show.
And if they can just give me that, just give me the divorce. That's all I want, and be honest with everything else.
Set the date with Howard, and we're going to do it right on the Howard Stern
I'm even willing to let him still manage me if he's honest with it, but just give me that divorce.
But maybe the management's not such a good idea at that point. So what we should do is this. Let's discuss the divorce first. Let's do one thing at a time.
Do you have any kind of management contract?
Oh, yeah. But, however, that could be given up.
LaToya, you have a management contract with Jay?
I'm sorry, Howard, I didn't hear you.
Do you have a management contract with Jack?
Yes, but you know what? It no longer exists.
We could give it up, Howard. I think if we give it up, give it all up. And I don't really mind that.
See, he's saying that so I can sort of he thinks that I need him. I don't need him.
Right.
She needs Howard.
No, she has her own. She could get other managers.
Nobody needs you.
Jack, at this point, she doesn't need you.
That too. He goes, without me, you're nothing. I want you to know that I'm the one who needs you.
No, LaToya will always be of interest to people.
Than you are.
That's right.
I said, well, thank you. I'm glad that you think that. That's fine. I'm glad that you're happy.
She's just too trying to make me look bad. Listen, I got to tell you something.
Jack, she's saying she doesn't need you to exist. In fact, Aaron told me he doesn't even need you, but that's a whole different story.
Yeah, the whole truth is
Aaron does need him.
No.
He's guiding Aaron. He's telling Aaron every move to make.
First of all, let me say this to you, okay?
Yeah.
I manage well. I guide well. Anyone with me is on the front cover of those newspapers every day. I mean, they really are. So I don't need clients. The clients really come to me.
Right.
At the same time, do I want to manage and marry? I don't want to be married either. So we have a mutual understanding. At the same time, we have to plan this for a month.
You want to be married, but I don't want to be married.
But if LaToya sets the date, yes, I'll do it. We can't do it in 3 days. I mean, there's no way in the world. You could do it within 30.
Listen, Jack, what you're saying is, look, you're a good manager. You've done
not good, Howard. Phenomenal.
Great. You've done well by LaToya, but she's tired of the relationship. So they'll be done with it. That's all. That's
You
all.
won't answer my question. Who are Jack's other clients?
What's the difference?
John Bobbitt.
John Wayne Bobbitt. Look what he's done for him. Guy has his penis back,
He was
doesn't he?
nothing before.
He's on the front cover of every magazine in the country.
He certainly is.
He really is, Howard.
He is.
And he's making money, and he's doing very well.
I had him here yesterday.
Oh, yeah, how was he on the show?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
He mumbled through the whole thing.
He's not a bad kid. He's not a bad kid.
He's a very nice kid. All right, now listen, you two. Set the date, LaToya, right now for the big show when you're divorced right here on the air.
Set it, LaToya.
What do we need about,
30 days.
30 days?
Yeah.
Maybe 35 days from now, Howard.
35 days. Gary, what is 35 days from today's date?
Gary's got to be my best man at me and Robin's wedding.
By the way, Dominic said in all seriousness, he would come into the studio and do it like that.
He would.
Yep.
It's an easy
ask
one.
Dominic how many days it takes.
Can Dominic do it like that?
Yes, but you're going to need to talk to Dominic off the air.
Of course, I'm aware of that totally.
Yes, I mean he's got to do. Dominic has people in place to do an investigation of your funds.
That's right.
Gary, I'll give you a call and you'll give me
All right, very good. Now I'm happy for you two. Then you'll get on with your lives.
Yeah,
cut this kind of stuff out. It's true.
And that'll be the end of it.
October 28th.
It's a new year.
And then LaToya will be free to date me.
Or whoever.
What about your wife?
Right, Robin, or
You guys didn't hear? You guys have obviously been in England a long time.
We're in here a while. And we're going to leave because we have to catch a plane to Spain.
My wife has encephalitis. She's dying right now.
No, God forbid.
No, my wife was over a friend's house, and there was propane in the heating system, and she died last night.
No.
So I'm free to date LaToya, which is very...
I know he's joking because Robin didn't say anything.
No, Robin knows I'm not joking.
He's
he's making light of a serious situation, so I'd...
What happened? She really got sick?
Yeah, she's almost dead.
I'm sorry to hear that. No, I really am sorry.
She is almost dead, and she's technically brain dead at this point, and I will have to find a new mother for my children, which would be LaToya.
Howard, there's Dominic.
If it's true, I'm sorry to hear that, Howard, but it's hard for me to believe it.
Well, I have to get right back in the saddle and start dating. And you will be my first date, if you would accept.
Even before your wife is in the ground, I can't believe it.
No, I will wait till my wife is dead, but as soon...
Is she okay? How are you?
She will be dead.
Oh, like you're concerned.
No, Jack. Yeah, Jack, like you care.
No, like he cares.
No, Jack, I'm free to date now.
Howard, you and I will walk first.
Exactly. I would like to date Jack.
I have to give you a training crew.
LaToya.
I thought the two of them together.
LaToya, in all seriousness, I'm very distraught over my wife, but at the same point, I would like to date you.
I'm sorry to hear that, though, Howard, about your wife.
I mean, one thing has nothing to do with the other. The fact is I love my wife, but now I love you as well.
Well, that's nice.
And Robin, are you listening?
Yes.
Right.
You and me, kid.
Listen,
here is your new...
LaToya, Robin every time he comes to me.
LaToya, here is your new lawyer, Dominic Barbara. Hold on. Dominic?
Hi, LaToya. Hi, Jack.
Hi, how are you, Dominic?
I have a solution.
You and I are going to be enemies, Dominic.
Well, that's for sure. But I have a solution that you might be both happy with. You can get your divorce done and leave the financial ramifications for later.
I can't hear him.
You can't hear him? LaToya, can you hear him?
Yes, I can.
You could actually do the divorce part first and do the financial later. Also, I think when Jack says, I'll no longer be your agent, that's supposed to make LaToya feel weak again.
No. Dominic, you're smart. You're absolutely right. But you know what? That's not going to work.
No, LaToya's
But you know what? I'd rather do that. Get the divorce first and then get the financial part later.
LaToya's all grown up. And if Jack wants to bring his lawyer, we could actually do the negotiations right there on the air.
How long would it take?
Howard could be the arbitrator.
Right. Now, how long will it take?
I could have, if she signs the papers, I can get him through in 3 days.
Wow. In 3 days. In 3 days, LaToya, you could be emancipated.
And the finances we could either try to work out or I have to look at the prenup agreement if there is one.
Is there a prenup?
No, there isn't.
Well, look at the management agreement, sit down, figure out a division of the assets that's fair to both of you, and then see what happens in the future and have just a contractual relationship in the future in terms of what management rights he'll have. But quite candidly, the control...
I got to make a public statement on the air right now. There'll be no agreement after this.
We don't want this exploited, though, all over the...
What do you mean there'll be no agreement?
But absolutely, so you know, Dominic, there doesn't have to be a contractual relationship after this.
Well, Jack, let me say one more thing. The control you have, I think, guess what? LaToya...
There'll be no control, because there'll be no management.
Dominic, do you see that control? Do you hear it?
Of course. And you've
That's the whole catch.
There's no way...
So that's the whole truth.
You think it's a catch, but it's not.
Well, the truth...
So, Dominic, you should just call Dominic when you get back in, and we'll put it all together.
Well, the truth of the matter is, with all the transitions that Jackson family has gone through and all the revelations that LaToya's had, guess what? She grew up.
Yeah. She's a grown woman. Yeah, no, you're 100% right.
And I refuse to go through it again.
No more domination.
And I was there when you were sick and dying of cancer. I was right there beside you.
And
I brought you back to life.
She deserves a lot of credit for that. You know, the domination of her father, then the domination of you. Well, guess what?
Let me tell you something, pal. Okay, first of all, you got that 100% incorrect.
No. Don't call him pal. When he says pal, it means he's angry. If you were there, he'd probably punch you.
I'm not insulting you.
All right, let me say something to you real clear, okay? Any domination of a father, absolutely do not put that reflection on me.
I didn't say it is a reflection.
Don't.
It's a representation of the relationship. But LaToya has grown up. She's not a little girl.
Nor am I a little boy.
That's, well, okay, so then you both can do it in a way that's nice, that doesn't make the lawyers rich. Wouldn't that be nice?
But don't put me in the middle of or even in the same mode as her father. I'm sorry.
We'll use the greatest judge of all, Judge Stern.
Yes. Now, Judge Stern demands to hear this case.
Well, I just wonder why Jack doesn't want to manage LaToya anymore.
He feels, listen, if this is her attitude, that she feels he's not an honest guy.
If he can't be married to her, he doesn't
then how can you manage her?
Right, so that's fine.
That's
okay.
To their
if Jack, I got a feeling once the divorce is over, which we'll do quickly, and once they settle the assets, I believe LaToya and Jack will continue in a management relationship.
Yes, I just think there's an anger on his part.
And I don't think there's any hidden assets, so the division of the assets shouldn't be too difficult.
They should be very open, and they are open.
That's right. He's threatening her now with all or none, but that'll calm down.
No. I think it's best for her and best for me, Howard.
Right.
I absolutely agree with everything.
Right.
I just don't want to be put in a position with her father. My God, do not, please.
Well, Dominic's working his legal mumbo-jumbo.
Yeah, Dominic, don't do that. Because
Dominic's working.
You are dominating. You know that.
But I am not Joe Jackson.
Well, I don't know, LaToya, Latoya, do you feel when I make that comment that that's not what's really being saying?
Yeah, please.
Dominic, you're absolutely right. I'm sorry.
Okay, good.
I can't deny it. You're right.
All right, listen to me.
At this point, I've antagonized everyone.
Ooh, we got to catch a plane to Spain in 5 minutes.
All right, now listen to me.
We really do. No, we do.
Jack.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm saying. If you guys are serious about the divorce.
Yes, I am very serious.
I'm going to let Latoya set the date, and I'm very serious.
Go ahead.
Let her set the date now.
Dominic, as her lawyer, what day would you like to set for this?
Any day we want next week, and I will tell you that not only will there not be a fee, but any amount of cost I will give to a fund for animals, because Latoya and I and my wife, as you know, are dedicated to animals, so I will make no money.
Why do you eat them?
I will be doing this.
I wish my attorney would say the same thing, Dom. I'm going to call mine and tell him to feed the dog.
Well, your attorney is not going to. He's not going to trust you anyway. It's a friend of yours.
Well, anyway, listen.
Do it for nothing as a favor, because I know how Latoya feels that way, and so do I.
And besides, she's already been in Playboy.
Right. And Dominic, you while you feel for the animals, you feel for them because you like to eat them, right?
He likes to eat them before they get sick.
In fact, at Thanksgiving, Dominic.
We really got to go, Howard.
All right, listen to me. Okay, all right. So let's agree, Latoya. I'll be seeing you in here next week.
Sorry?
Will I be seeing you here next week?
I believe so. I think I'm coming back to New York next week. If not, I'll be coming back to London.
Latoya, do me a favor, Latoya. You got to tell about the video.
Latoya, are you available on Thursday?
What about the video? Are you?
We're number 4. We're going to be number 1. How do we make this video number 1?
How do you make this video number 1? I will say that I personally recommend it. And yes, and the way to make the video number 1 is to continue with the divorce right here on the air.
But if they right here on the air, okay, you got it. If they call you again, do you want us to call you again Monday, Tuesday?
Well, if they complete the divorce on the air, would you show as much as you can of the video on E-Network?
No, but
of course.
No, you can't weigh one against the other, Dominic. That's
Why not?
We all want to get Latoya free.
Well, here it is. Jack agrees, too, that Latoya should be free.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Everyone agrees. Set the date now. Thursday? Would you guys say Thursday you want to come in here and have your divorce?
Latoya?
I've asked for a divorce since day one. You guys are totally aware of that.
You want to run it Thursday?
I've never reneged on that.
Jack, will you be here Thursday?
It's up to her.
And before Thursday, I will speak to Jack's lawyer and try to finalize as much as we can.
Yeah, you can do that. Let me give you his name now. Oscar Goodman.
I'll meet with
Latoya. Oh, come on. You're using Oscar?
Don't worry
Las Vegas.
Latoya.
You can load up.
Wait a second. You can't use Oscar.
No, in fact, Oscar's playing in a new movie, by the way. Let me give him a little promotion. That picture called Casino.
Listen to this, Jack. I'm going to put you...
Your lawyer's in a movie?
Jack.
He's playing himself.
Dominic's going to be in a movie.
Latoya, let me say one thing. He can use 7 lawyers. Don't worry. Whatever wants to be done, it's going to be done fairly. I'll meet with the lawyer. We'll see as much as we can, and I'll meet with you when you come back.
Jay, when you beat me, Oscar was representing me.
Might be
that's what you do, Dominic.
I'll meet with Latoya alone.
Latoya, you want to meet with Dominic?
And then we'll meet, and then I'll call his lawyer, and we'll see how much we can finalize.
All right. Okay. So what you got to do, Latoya, when you get to town, is call Dominic.
You should call him before you get to town.
I'll meet with my New York office, and we'll do it in a way that's fair and reasonable. And
What's Dominic's last name?
Barbara.
Okay, that'll be through you, Gary. I have to get the numbers for you because I know he doesn't want
hold
to
on.
here.
All right, everybody hold on. Everyone hold on right now. Latoya, you can get Dominic's number. Jack, you get your legal guy. Dominic and the 2 lawyers will talk. And then...
Dominic, I want you to know Oscar's incredible.
Oh, please.
Well, you're talking to...
scare Dominic.
You're talking to the bloated attorney, I hear.
Oscar's incredible, but that's all I want is a divorce. If that's all I want out.
Well, he's telling you he can get you a divorce in 3 days.
We're going to make it happen this time.
Well, let's see if we can do it in a way without it getting excited and making the lawyers rich and everyone comes out.
Yeah. Try to, downplay it. No, I agree with you. Are you on the air still?
Know.
Yes. Now, listen.
We're still on the air. All right, listen. The main thing is to have a nice, simple thing. Right. No problem.
Well, there's 2 things. Nice, easy divorce, and let's not forget ratings. Goodbye.
That's right. All right, thank you, Dominic. And
Thanks, Dom.
Yeah, Latoya and
Dominic,
Jack.
I'll say if I thank you later on or not.
Hold on 1 second, Dominic. Latoya and Jack, I'll put you on hold. Gary will give you all the phone numbers, and we'll have the divorce next week on the air, so we know that it's going to go through.
Yeah. I don't know that you'll still get Jack out of the apartment.
Yeah, and then we'll work on getting Jack out of the apartment.
No, Jack will go. Believe me.
And Jack will go.
He's right about that. Even though the divorce takes place, it's like, okay, we're still married and we can live together.
But Jack doesn't have to leave the next day. It'll be a reasonable period of time for him to leave, like 5 5 days.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You'll work
Whatever you want. Listen, go the next day. He doesn't even care. Believe me, Jack does not have any feelings about this at all.
Jack will be at the apartment if they tear it down.
Let me say one thing, Latoya.
What?
If he's angry on the plane, just to be relaxed. You'll work it together.
You know, Dominic, you're quite smart, because I'm going to catch you know what after I hang up this phone.
That is not true.
I am going to really catch
Jack, be a gentleman.
I have my Uncle Simon with him.
That's right, so he can help him beat me.
I got my Uncle Simon who can manage it.
Uncle Simon is there as well?
Huh?
Let me talk to Uncle Simon.
He's not here yet.
He's in another
waiting in the car.
Well, Latoya, quickly, I will get you the numbers now. You and Jack will have the divorce here next week, and then there'll be a division of the assets, and then you and Jack can work out whatever management or agreement you want.
Okay, that's fine.
All right?
Okay, cool.
And congratulations on the video being number 4. We'll see you next week.
Number 4, Howard. Let's make it number 1, though. Go to 1.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Hello, you're on the air.
Hi, I was wondering, whatever happened to Latoya's divorce on the air? Supposed to be?
I don't know what's going on with that. They contacted us. They were going to come in, and then all of a sudden Jack called and said all that on the air was fake, and Latoya's really in love with him and doesn't want to leave him.
Really? I didn't know about that.
Yes.
I just assumed that the divorce was on.
Yeah, I read it in the paper also, that they was going to get divorced.
Yeah, it was in the paper based on this show, but then when we heard back from them and tried to book the divorce on the show, we couldn't get in touch with Latoya. All we hear from is Jack, and Jack says...
You can't even get to talk to Latoya.
No. He said it was all just for the air. Latoya loves
that
me.
make you a little suspicious?
Well, I would say so.
Why wouldn't someone say to Jack, then come in and tell us that you have reconciled and that you're in love now?
I've asked the same question, Robin.
And they won't come in?
I don't have the answer to that question. Supposedly they're coming in.
Could somebody find out? I mean, I would like to hear from Latoya. That makes me feel very creepy.
You're on the air.
Latoya Jackson and Mike Tyson.
Right.
What was this?
Latoya Jackson and Mike Tyson. It looks like these two are going to get married.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking.
What you talking about?
Listen to me.
Yeah.
Latoya is visiting Mike in jail, okay? And if you don't believe me, just wait a minute. She's visited him a half a dozen times. They talk every day on the phone. Tyson's telling his friends he's going to marry her. Now, get this. Even Geraldo didn't believe me. He got Jack Gordon on the phone on his show the other day. Jack told me, quote, he confirmed the prison visit, and he told me, quote, it certainly looks like Latoya and Mike have something going. This could be the love match of the century. And Geraldo says, I don't believe this. He got Jack Gordon on the phone. Jack not only confirmed my item, when Geraldo said, why are you doing this? You know what Gordon said? I love this guy. He said, yeah? You ever heard of somebody suddenly coming into one half of Mike Tyson's management contract? So he's selling Latoya out apparently.
Well, hey,
but wait a minute.
If Mike Tyson wants my wife,
you'll take
I'll do it.
the
Yeah.
management contract too.
I heard Jack Gordon might marry Don King if those two ever link up.
And then you'll get the whole thing.
Then they get the whole thing. They'll have all the contracts.
But what about Latoya seeming to be imprisoned by Jack Gordon?
Well, that's the thing. I think he's letting her out now because that was brought up on the show. He's letting her out just for these jailhouse visits, apparently.
Isn't that slavery? Having black women do whatever you want?
And selling them off to other bidders?
So that's pretty interesting. I could also call